So thanks for joining us for Sitting with the Smiths again. We are excited. It is the new year. It is 2025, and it's really hard to believe that we are here, because it just seems like it was yesterday we were doing this with 2024. But it's the new year, a new time to start new things. Time to get all the Christmas stuff up, and hopefully the house is clean and ready to go. Mars is getting there. The basement, not so much, but we're getting there. But it's just a time to get things started new again. And I think the biggest question that people are asking right now is 2025, what's going to happen?
I think specifically, what's my 2025 going to look like? I mean, that's why we do resolutions and goals, and we talked Sunday about habits, and but the reality is that is the big question, man. Is this going to be a good year for me, a not good year for you? And of course, we all want a great year. We want the best year ever, but the reality is, we can't answer that question.
True.
I mean, unfortunately, you can't
could.
answer that question, right? But there are some things we can do to go after this year in the best way possible and navigate whatever this year throws at us. Because the reality is, for most all of us, we're going to have some highs and we're going to have some lows. And hopefully we don't have a ton of lows. We have more highs. We just don't know, how do we handle this year? So I think there's two things, and I'll start off. And, I think one, when you talk about the new year, and of course we've talked about building habits. If you didn't watch the sermon from the first Sunday of the year, go check that out, thetorch.net. But beyond that, just some more practicals. I think one is to cast your cares, okay? And here's what I mean by that. I'm thinking about 1 Peter 5:7, cast all your cares on him, for he cares for you. And here's what that's about is, this year you're going to have moments of worry. You're going to have moments of stress. You're probably going to have some moments of anxiety. You're going to have some moments where you got to get the house ready because everybody's coming over and you didn't know, and this, that, whatever. I mean, there's, or something happened with your kids, or something happened at work, or something happened, just in life in general. And in those moments, that's where the Bible's saying, hey, cast that stuff to God. Like, cast all those cares, cast all that anxiety, cast all that stuff to God. So make God a priority first, We do that by casting our cares, and we take it to him. Now, here's what's interesting. We love that verse. That's a refrigerator verse. Cast all your cares on him, right? For he cares for you. That makes me feel warm inside. Well, the very next verse says, be sober, be vigilant, for your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. And it's like, whoa. Yeah. It kind of took a turn there. It's like, but the reason that we cast our cares is so that we're able to be sober and we're to be vigilant, which sober is to be sober-minded, to be clear-minded. And many times worries of life, stress of life, anxiety of life comes, and guess what? We can't think clearly. It's hard to make good decisions, and so we make some poor decisions in our life when we're holding all these cares, as opposed to bringing them to God and saying, God, I need your wisdom. I need only what you can provide. I need a sober mind and a mind that's fixed on you. And then the vigilant part is to be watchful. There's two uses of that in the New Testament. One is to be watchful for the second coming of Jesus. That's not this, but it's to be watchful against sin and temptation, right? And so he tells us that because, man, this year in 2025, the enemy wants it to be your worst year. He wants to trip you up. He wants you to get caught in sin. And that's why we talked Sunday about some habits. And if you're not in our area, you need some habits of, man, be at church. Be at church consistently. Like, every time the doors are open, be there. You know what I mean? Take time and pray. Even if it's just your feet hit the ground. Good morning, God. Thank you for another day. Help me honor you today. That may be all you get, but man, at least start somewhere. Open your Bible up. Read something, and build these habits. But we learn to cast our cares, which means, man, when stuff comes, turn to God first.
Man, that's good. Just within that point, there's so much good stuff there. And just to piggyback on that, cast your cares. The second thing would be really to control the controllables. Okay.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's a hard balance with that. I mean, especially for me.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anyone else in the room that feels like this, but I feel like I kind of have to control situations, and I try to control everything as opposed to controlling what I can control and then casting everything else on him. And so
that's good.
just to, say, hey, what can I really control? And most of the time, what I can really control is me.
Yeah.
My attitude, my perspective, my effort, my drive, those things right there. How can I control that? How can I be proactive in my attitude and say, okay, this is a situation I'm about to face. What am I doing to prepare myself for that? How am I controlling my attitude and my feelings, my emotions, so that way I can think clearly in that situation, planning ahead. And then, or if something catches you by surprise, okay, God, how do I handle this? And just realize that, sometimes I can control this, and make those decisions, make those words. Sometimes I can't.
Yeah.
Say, okay, God, you're going to have to take over. You take care of this situation. And so just hand in hand with that, casting your cares, but at the same time, taking that authority and taking that control of what I can control, and then giving the rest back to him.
Because isn't it true that in marriage, like, I would rather get control of our partner, right?
Yeah.
Our spouse,
very much so.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
because
really,
I can fix it.
Right. I need you to
got two
do
fixers in
this, and truthfully, if I'm just able to say, you know what, if I control my attitude, if I control my temper, if I control, these things, but I even think, from a student with a teacher that may be frustrated, or with a coach, or, somebody with their boss, or whatever. It's like, we want to fix everybody else. And I love what you're saying, that control the controllables. I'm the only thing in this situation that I can change.
Control.
Yeah, that's good. So we just came off Encounter.
Oh my gosh, it was so good. I mean, it was just incredible. The room was packed. The spirit was just incredible. The worship, the word, Mo Huggins brought it.
Yeah.
And so just excited to be there and get excited about what's to come.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only getting better.
All of our campuses, Abner was in Baldwin, Pastor Brad Cooper
right, yes.
was in Dahlonega, and I'm getting pictures
I
and
mean,
texts, and
it's
so
amazing.
regardless of where you are, there's 2 more weeks, and I'm just telling you, get in the house. I mean, what we're talking about are things that are hard to do, but some things that make it easier is when there's an environment where the presence of God is at. I want to be there. Not only do I want to be there, I've got to be there.
Yeah.
I mean, tonight in the room was just a sweet spirit, and it's just, God is drawing us to Him, and we need to put ourselves in the position to where we are connected to that.
Not only that, but I mean, it's the community. It's the community of people coming together and just worshiping together, but hearing the word and being able to respond together and being able to bear each other's burdens. Just the experience of being able to pray in the altars together, and just the spirit flowing is, you're not alone.
Yes.
It's easy to be overwhelmed with, we're thinking the great first of the year, but it's coming overwhelming sometimes. But to come in together and to worship and to learn and to pray together as a unit, as a community, it's just empowering and it's encouraging. So don't miss these opportunities. To hear a great word, to worship with people that love, to lean in. There we go. Come on, somebody. But just to be in that moment and experience something new, to encounter something new.
And I'll tell you, we are not perfect. Oh my goodness. Not even close. No. And our people aren't perfect. And I'm speaking to, if you're close to our area, to one of our campuses, and you don't have a home church, we have the best people in the world.
Yes, we do.
Oh man, you speak about that community. I love getting to come to church and just see our Torch family. It's so awesome.
It is. I mean, just just thinking about them, man. We couldn't do it without our church family. I mean, our people are the best. And it makes me excited every single week because of the people that are there and the relationships that we have. And if you don't have something like that, come check us out. Just come check it out. You decide what you want to do. That's totally fine. But just take a moment and just encounter something. Encounter God. Encounter the love of some amazing people. And just feel that. It's good stuff.
It's good.
All right. It was a good week.
Yep.
All right.
We love y'all.
Yes. Love you, and we'll see you soon.